Would you imagine this? Kenyans, by the way, I'm making this video of August of 5th. A day, literally a day like that of August 2024, Kenyans lost 2.6 billion Kenyan shillings. Do you know how much is that in terms of USD? Oh, that's like over, is it $20 million or something? Whatever. I mean, seriously, can you imagine? They lost all that amount of money to a scammer in terms of the investments. And then you wonder, why do these guys, I mean, see, can you imagine this? Somebody crop up from nowhere tells you, hey, you know what? Throw your 40K on this. You can be able to be getting 3,000 each and every day. Throw your 1 million. You can be able to get, and guess what? Sometimes not even, this cannot fall only to Kenyans. It can fall to anybody. It can happen to anyone who is out there. I've been making videos all the time, left, right, and center, explaining to you how do you identify a scam. How do you identify a thing of an investment that is not legit? There were some of the red flags that you can actually tell these investments was not right. And as we speak right now, there are others of the same kind. And people have invested and people are looking at it. And I always tell you, my dear brothers and sisters, be keen, be cautious, be careful. Can you imagine this? Somebody is telling you, whatever amount of money you invest, I'm going to be giving you 18% per month. And I want you to listen to that. They will be giving, for example, if you throw your 1 million shilling, if you throw your 1 million shilling out there, for example, they're going to be giving you 18% per month. I did not say a year, per month. Do you know how much is this? Then you'll be able to get 180,000 Kenyan shillings per month. Multiply this by 12. Can you imagine this? Do you know what it means? 18% per. Do you know it means if it's 18% per month, it is 18 multiplied by 12, which is around 216. 216. You can confirm that. It's around. Can you imagine getting an interest interest of 216%, meaning 2 over 200? Really? Surely 216% per year, because they're giving you 18% per month. Now, sometimes you need to ask yourself, even those people who are in business, and businesses are known to be high risk, high returns, they don't give these returns on a very serious note. They don't. They don't give these returns. And you can imagine this one is regarded as an investment whereby you are doing nothing, you're making no calls and what have you, and you're getting these returns of 18%. Because businesses averagely, okay, it depends. At times a business can shoot at a bigger percentage, but businesses actually, they even rarely grow with that percentage per year. Now, this guy is promising you these crazy returns per month of 18%. Can you imagine that? And you know basically what these guys do? I don't know, go there, check my older videos. And please, if you're watching this video, you have a parent somewhere. Maybe your parent love investing in what? Why don't you guys be share? This is why we always say, share this video, share them to your girlfriend, share them to your boyfriend, share them to your wife, your husband, share these videos to your mothers, to your brothers, to your sisters, to whoever they are, to your neighbors. Because these things, as we speak right now, there is a scam going on. Well, I may not tell this one or the other one, but I know there is similar thing that is going out there. People coming to inbox. Do you know how much I usually receive from my inbox? Oh, you know, but then there is things that goes on in Kenya. I don't know, someone texts you, hi, how are you doing today? I'm fine. Have you heard of anything to do with... I mean, seriously, you just want simple things, bigger returns and what have you. I actually felt so bitter because I saw a certain lady who was saying she borrowed, I don't know, it was 3.6 million to go and invest in this particular thing. And now she has, I don't know, 3 kids in university or about to join university, and then she doesn't have anything, and she borrowed that money from the husband, the friends, the neighbors, the whoever she borrowed from. And you can just go there and watch those clips and what have you. It is so bitter when you see people losing money in these particular areas. And I actually ask myself, what can be the contributing factor why people lose money in this kind of scammers or this kind of scams? Number one, I realized that there is a very thin line between greed and aggressive. People are controlled by greed. There's a reality. And the moment you have the selfish interest and what have you and greed, because I know you're about to tell me, see, I was looking forward to getting money. No, that has already spilled over towards the greed part. I always tell people there is a very thin line between being greedy and being aggressive. See, when you're greedy, you really need to make a lot of money. And this is what I told you guys. You see, if this is my 100,000, I have it now. And this information I got from my mentor, who is a wealthy individual, told me one thing, Joseph. You know what? That money that you have as of now is far much better than the money that you intend to get using that amount of money. Say this is 100,000 that I want to invest. Do you know this money? Let's say I want to invest this money to somewhere who will be giving me, say, an interest of talk about 12,000, let's say 1,000 a month, because that's an investment that I'm throwing myself into. Now, if I'm looking forward to getting 1,000 shilling a month, then I need 100 month, assuming I'm not getting any compound interest, I'm just getting simple interest. I need 100 month for me to raise similar amount of money, or to simply double this amount of money that I have. Get what I'm saying? Okay, now this is what you do. Now, what happens is this: with this amount of money that I'm having with me, therefore, I disregard. Someone comes and tells me, hey, you know what? Instead of getting that, how about I be giving you, say, 3,000 a month with a similar amount of money? Therefore, you reduce your time that could have waited for 400 months by 3. Probably you're going to talk about 30 months and what have you. So guess what happens now? I disregard that was going for 100 months. I go for the one that goes for 30 months because probably, not even probably, I'm being promised a better return. Guess what happened now? I sacrifice this amount of money that I have already under my name for me to get that thing out there. And guess what happens now? If it was a scammer, guess what I lose? I lose that what I was going for, and I also lose that what I already have. And that case regard, you end up with 0. And of course, not only those two things that you lose, you also lose what we call the stability of your mind. You develop that anxiety. Probably if you borrowed that money, you have an enmity with your friends, you have an enmity with your family members. They'll never trust you again. You don't even trust yourself in such kind of a thing. You'll be super cautious when you're investing. Probably you develop that kind of a sort of, I don't know whether there's something called investment phobic or something of. See, let me tell you one thing. Let me just give you the signs of a scam, even before you get into it. But and you please stop coming to my inbox asking me, Joseph, is what and what a good investment? Is it a legit investment? Because I'm getting all those DMs. Joseph, is this a legit? Don't ask me those things. If it has these following characteristics, it is a scam. Number one, if, for example, before I even say number one, can you imagine this guy is promising you 18%? The government of Kenya itself is giving you 18% or 17.9% for the sake of the IFB that we have as of now for the next a whole year. Let me repeat so that you understand my point. Can you imagine this? This guy, I don't want to mention the name. This guy who was actually scamming people in a big town called Eldoret here in Kenya, he was promising people 18% per month. And the government of Kenya, the highest interest that we have in Kenya as of now in terms of the returns is the current IFB that we have, the infrastructure bond that is tax-free and is going for 17.9%. And it's not per month, it is per year. So arguably, it is the highest place any company in Kenya can invest to get the returns. Arguably. I'm saying arguably because, hey, there are cases of buying oil, wheat, commodities, gold, silver, and what have you. But those ones come with high risks. So arguably, if there is a company that is giving you, and this was the small thing that you're supposed to monitor, if there is a company that is giving you way, way, way higher than what the legit and real companies like the Kenya government, although it's not a company, it's an institution or whatever it is, and the money market funds and the stocks and the shares and what have you, how much are they giving in average? You ask yourself, for example, in Kenya, if you invest in circles, in shares, in stocks, and what have you, they give you an average of 13, 14, 15% thereabout. That's what they give you. Now, it's per year, it's not per month. Now, this crazy guy crop up from nowhere, promises you 18% per month. You don't even ask yourself what is going on. So number one, characteristics of identifying a scam. Number one, let me just repeat. It's no problem. Probably this video can save somebody. Number one, they usually have that funny table. A funny table somewhere. You know, they tell you invest your 40,000 daily, you'll be getting, I don't know, 2,000. Invest your 80,000, you'll be getting 4,000. Invest your 120,000, you'll be getting 40, all those nonsense. per daily, whatever. And then you're like, oh my goodness, wow. If I have 40,000 somewhere, I get 2,000. Wow. If I have 100,000, wow, I'll be getting 10,000 a day. Wow, that's 10%. Amazing. You just go there, look for that 100,000, you throw that 100,000 to them, and then you be like, guess what? I just relax now, I'll be getting my 10,000. I'm so smart. I know how to invest. Then boom, the company goes south. You know what they do? These guys don't invest this money because they don't have anywhere they can invest this money to give you this crazy return they promised you. Guess what happens now? Have you ever heard of something called pyramid scheme? These are pyramid scheme. Those people who are subscribing now, that money is used to pay those people who had subscribed earlier. And they don't pay you until you get back your money. They pay you to a point whereby you realize, for example, let's say you join today. You join today with that 40,000. Once you join with that 40,000, they promise you 20,000 per day. You get your first 2,000, rather 2,000, not 20,000. They promise you 2,000 or whichever the number it is. After all, it's not even true. So 2,000, they give you your today's 2,000. They give you tomorrow 2,000. Guess what happens now? Probably you receive an email or a call. They tell you, guess what? Hey, if you bring somebody here, guess what? On top of the 2,000 that you're getting, you're going to get a referral or whatever the thing it is. Guess now, even if they don't even call you, guess what happens now? You realize that you do this, you get this. You go to your loved one. Hey, guess what? There is an opportunity somewhere. Right now, I invest my 40,000. I get my 2,000. I got my yesterday's 2,000. I get my today's 2,000. They're playing with your mind and mentality. And they even send you another 2,000. That is 6,000. After all, they still have your 36,000. True or not true? Right? So what happens now? Because of this turning of events, guess what? Now, you go bring other people. Tell them it's legit. I've been earning. And then, because you have received 3 times, you'll be like, guess what happens now? This amount of money, I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to double the amount of money. You subscribe for the 80,000 one. And then you bring other people. And then what happens now? The people who are joining in, now they get paid. The same money that you have is what that is paying you for a certain period of time. But you'll never recoup back your money. That's a reality. That's what we call the pyramid scheme. Those people who are joining at the bottom here, they're the one that pays people who join later there. They come joining, until that animal, see, that pyramid look like this. Until that animal becomes too big, you have a lot of people to pay, and then the thing collapses. And once it collapses, everybody loses their money. And then they lop you their money, and nobody has ever recouped back their money. That is exactly what happens. They do not invest anywhere. Let me ask you a very simple question. Let's say you're watching this video and you're a very smart individual when it comes to investment. We give you our 40, 80, 100, you go invest, and then you promise. Where will you even get that money, seriously? Where will you be? Government of Kenya collects taxes. At least you can be like, hey, okay, wow, I can be able to get. Now, why are you investing on this? Why are you investing in these particular areas? Why are you so greedy? Number one, I said because you're greedy. Number two, lack of information. And this lack of information can be, nobody will come here and just give you information anyhow. You must have an listening in here. And most of the people who get scams, there are people who tend to ignore the information. You don't want to consume the information that can help you. How do you invest? What are treasury bills? Why do we insist on treasury bonds? Why do we insist on a money market fund? Why do we insist on things to do with stocks? Why do we insist on things to do with shares, index funds, rates? Because those are real, legit things. They have been there for years and years and years. And I'm looking forward for them being there and there. They don't give you these crazy returns, but at least your capital preservation is assured. You're good to go. We actually tell you, guess what? Make sure that you organize your finances. Make sure that you understand before you even get into the investment. Have a layer of cautioning. That's what we call the emergency fund. So that you don't throw yourself into an investment. This goes south. And then, wow, Kenyans, I know you're aggressive. I know you want to make some money, but be careful. That aggressiveness can actually spill over towards the greedy. And this is how people are losing money. Please be very careful. The moment you see this kind of tables, what have you. Number 2 points, how to identify a scam. Although you can go check that video. I say 5 signs of a scam. You can go check it out there. I have that video already. But I can just give, because probably you never go watch that video. Let me just give you this information. Number 1, when you see that kind of a table. Number 2, they promise you crazy returns more than the average returns that you have. Number 3, they don't even have a physical place where you can even visit them. Number 4, if they have a website, it's poorly maintained. You can tell this website is not even and legit. Number 5, they have automated messages. You ask them a question, they throw you a lot of long messages and what have you. You don't have that what we call human interaction. Number 6, these signs of pyramid schemes and what have you. Those are the things that you're supposed to consider whenever you're investing your money to anything, because you can get yourself into problems. Be very careful, Kenyans. Don't lose your money again because of this kind of things. Go get yourself a real and legit things. Well, if you're interested in getting, I said, if you are interested in getting my services, you can always get that number of mine from the description of this specific video. If you need to get my booklets on investments, likes of bills, bonds, money market funds, and what have you, go get that copy. It goes for only $280 a copy. I can send a soft copy to you. For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one.